What up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. You're gonna want to watch this video because I know everyone's covering what happened in New Orleans on New Year's Eve with the terrorist attack. But I want to show you guys what went wrong, the contradiction, and what's wrong with media, the FBI, and this whole scene. Because this is tragic and it could have been prevented just from these few changes. All right. So let's get right into it. Let's talk about staffing, about what happened and what went wrong.
We had over 300 officers out here. And because of the intentional mindset of this perpetrator who went around our barricades in order to conduct this, he was hell-bent on creating the carnage and the damage that he did.
Now, 300 staff members were staffed. Now, she doesn't explain where they were staffed at, the areas they were patrolling, any of that. Now, I'm not blaming the New Orleans PD for this happening because ultimately he the one who committed this terrorist act. However, there's already video coming out of when the incident happened and how these cops were spread out and where they were. Just take a look at just one clip that's going viral right now. Just one clip. How many cops is standing right here? How many police officers are standing right here? Let's just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 police officers. No one's patrolling. One officer looks like he's on his phone. I know it's New Year's Eve. They were just so lackadaisical. I guarantee this is not how they designed these cops to be when mapping this out for security for the New Year's Eve celebration. No way. There's no way possible that this is the way things were supposed to be mapped out. So then when something like that happens, they all have to charge. They look unorganized. All right. So that's error number one. All right. That's error number one. Then we have error number 2, which is the false information, or I ain't gonna say false information, the miscommunication between the FBI and the mayor of New Orleans. All right, so let's listen to what the mayor of New Orleans says first.
The city of New Orleans was impacted by a terrorist attack. It's all still under investigation. You'll hear more after me. However, I have been in direct contact with the White House, with Governor Landry, and of course a unified command who is present here. What I'm asking at this time are prayers for those who have lost their lives in the city of New Orleans due to this tragedy. In addition to that, I'm asking the public to stay clear of 8 blocks around Bourbon Street. Stay clear from Bourbon Street, 8 blocks around.
Now, you hear what she says. Stay clear. It was a terrorist act. She spoke with the White House. Now, let's see what a spokesperson for the FBI states.
This is not a terrorist event. What it is right now is their improvised explosive devices that was found. And we are working on confirming if this is a viable device or not. As Chief Kirkpatrick said, we're asking everyone to stay away from Bourbon Street, specifically from Canal Street to St. Anne. That is my ask. Once again, stay away from Bourbon Street, Canal Street, all the way to St. Anne until we can figure out what is going on.
So in her statement, she said it is not a terrorist attack. It's like they weren't even at the same press conference meeting or anything. Because one person said it is a terrorist attack. She said it's not. They don't even, then at the end of her statement said they don't know what's going on. The mayor said more information will come out. So neither side really knew what was going on, but at least the mayor got it right. Come on, you don't have to lie to the people. I guess as an FBI person, you got to try to keep them calm. But to me, this makes the FBI look bad. This makes them look like they're willing to lie to the people in order to try to keep them calm, instead of being real and saying, hey, this happened, and we're trying to do research. We're trying to investigate. We're trying to do the proper steps before we give you all the information. But instead, she comes out, she says it is not a terrorist attack. Even though she just said she found explosives, She found pipes that could explode, but they don't know if it's connected to him. But yeah, he took his truck and he ran it through multiple people. So there is definitely issues with communication, the way the information was put out to the people. But now today, this was yesterday. But now today, she's already backtracking. And so let's just take a look. This is something that we already knew.
The FBI, we are working with our partners to investigate this as an act of terrorism. We're aggressively running down all of the leads to identify the possible subject's associates. We're working to ensure that there is no further threat. We do not believe that Jabbar was solely responsible. We are aggressively running down every lead, including those of his known associates. That's why we need the public's help. We are asking if anybody has any interactions with Samsud Dim Jabbar in the last 72 hours that you contact us.
This is the problem. If she would have just said in the first meeting, in the first press conference, hey, we're investigating this, this information would have been more valuable at this moment. Instead, other news outlets are giving information before the FBI. And if you think that this didn't happen just by himself, now you look bad. And not only that, you're slowing down your investigation because now other people and other news media outlet, even myself, knew more information before the FBI. Insane. Look, whoever, no disrespect to this lady. No disrespect to this lady whatsoever. Whoever has her speaking for the FBI either need to retrain her or get a new spokesperson. Because that first initial, meeting that they had, the press conference, she should have never said this was not a terrorist attack. She could have simply said, we are investigating this incident. The mayor had already said this was a terrorist attack. The people know it is a terrorist attack. We could tell by what happened. I mean, just look at it. Hold on, just look at this picture. I mean, he ran a truck through people. They sprayed him down. He didn't even survive. Most people don't survive things like this when you're running a truck through people. But what's crazy about this is this guy he seemed pretty normal. You would never be able to tell that he had these type of intentions. I'm not saying you can go around telling, but if you had to guess who was and who wasn't, you definitely wouldn't think he was someone who would do it. Just watch this video of him.
I just want to say hello and let you know a little bit about me. So I'm born and raised in Beaumont, Texas, and now live in Houston. And I've been here all my life, with the exception of traveling for the military, where I spent 10 years as a human resources specialist and IT specialist, where I learned the meaning of great service and what it means to be responsive and take everything seriously, dotting I's and crossing T's to make sure that things go off without a hitch. So I've taken those skills and applied them to my career as a real estate agent, where I feel like what really sets me apart from other agents is my ability to be able to, one, be a fierce negotiator. So not only do I brilliantly market your property to make sure it gets sold as quickly as possible or gets leased as quickly as possible, but I'm also going to take every ounce of energy and putting it into negotiating for you and for your property to get the best deal that you can possibly get for it. So
just well-spoken, educated, served in the military. I mean, he's stating that he served in the military. Nothing's been verified yet, but he's stating that if it's true, you don't see stuff like this coming, man. It's hard to even fathom. But look at him now. Just look at him. That was New Orleans police officer shooting at the truck right there that you heard. That man that you just watched was just sprayed down by the New Orleans, rightfully so, by New Orleans PD, right? But you wouldn't think someone like that would be the one in this situation. So this is just a crazy scene. This is just a crazy scene that you're looking at. I don't know his motive behind this. This is just a crazy scene to look at. We don't know his motive. All we know is he did a terrorist act. It doesn't even matter the motive. Once you run a vehicle through a crowd full of people, unaliving 10 people, we know that this is a terrorist act. The rest can come later. There should never be any hesitation from the FBI. And FBI, I know you probably don't ever see this, but this is why people question you. They question your stats, your statistics, everything you say, they say you're lying. You got half the people say, hey, this is the truth. You got half the people say you're lying about everything. But when you hesitate to give real information straight off the bat, right off the rip, this is why they say you're lying. That's why they don't believe you. All right. If you're still here, hit that like button, man. Hit that subscribe button. I will keep you guys updated with this story. See you next video.